We're ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the eyes closed thing again.
You're gonna eyes closed again? Don't make this awkward. We have some food we're gonna eat.
I'm gonna eat it with my eyes closed.
Okay.
I'm gonna get cheese and chips all over my soup.
So you'll hold the chips?
I'm gonna hold the cheese and the salsa for both of you guys.
Okay.
And I'm not even gonna eat. I'm just gonna distribute chip and salsa to you guys.
Okay. Should we do like a hand signal kind of thing, or when I want one? Here we go. All right. Welcome to the lunch hour episode. I don't know, whatever. Today is January 16th. Yep. And we are once again joined by our special guest, Drew. Welcome. Welcome.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, we missed you.
Yeah,
glad to
we
be
missed
back.
you. It's good to be back, and it's good to have you back. I am eating some carne asada fries today. Super stoked about that from El Charo.
Yeah. Let me know if you need any chip.
I will.
And I have other dipping things.
Chips and dips. Love
If you
it.
need a dip.
Thank you for getting this, Justin.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's not chips, so it shouldn't be too loud in the old
It's fries.
audio. Carne asada fries, man. Steak and cheese and fries.
Oh, I get it, but how long have those fries been in there?
Who knows, man? I'm just shoving your shit in my face at this point.
I got you guys something.
You did?
I did.
Oh man.
What is it?
Oh, do you want to know something?
What?
Do you want to know? You just handed me this.
Yes.
Do you want to know something? You couldn't have known this.
I couldn't have
You
known
could
that.
have known that.
I couldn't have known it.
That's the gals right there.
And it's the gals right
And
there.
Okay, I'm buttoning this back up
Weird.
before things get real weird.
Some
'Cause you don't want to see the
synchronicity
shirt I'm
going on.
wearing underneath this one.
Oh. Thank you. I think.
Welcome. Yes.
And what shirt?
Ace
are you?
Ventura, When Nature Calls,
Now,
the most iconic scene there is.
yep. Now you show everyone your rhino butthole.
Yeah.
So I have that. That's definitely one of my favorites.
Wow, dude. Thank you.
You're welcome. As well as I love the.
You should have said thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That was a
Missed
totally,
opportunity.
I love hearing.
That was a
things-
golden opportunity.
I love hearing things about that show. Like the lady who played the oldest one
Sophia.
was the
Youngest?
youngest.
Right,
That blew
yeah.
my mind because that chick
She did
was
not
old
take
as
good
shit.
care of herself.
Didn't. What's her face
Still
was
Betty.
a Marine.
Betty White?
No.
The other one, yeah.
B.
The
tall one.
the one that you could tell was probably a Marine.
Yeah. The
Pete Arthur.
Yep. Yeah. That blew my mind. And apparently she was kind of like a bitch to people.
I bet
Yeah.
she was. She gives that vibe.
Yeah.
Well, she'd been doing that shit for a while because she was on a show called Maude before that, and like, so she had been doing this shit for a while. So she was like the more tenured of everybody on that show.
You know what would have been fun is if they added Mama from Mama's House as like I did a guest spot on the Golden Girls. Because wasn't that just a guy?
Mama's
in drag?
House?
Remember Mama's House?
I remember
It was-
Big Mama's house.
Big
Was it
Mama's
Big
House.
Mama's House? Is that what it's called?
That was
That's with Martin Lawrence.
No, it wasn't that.
Okay.
It was a white lady, but it was a man playing like an old grandma. You guys don't remember this?
no.
I think we gotta look this up.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, Mama's House. It played on daytime television after Jerry Seinfeld.
After the Jerry Seinfelds. Bow, 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 bow.
It's okay. Mama's Family. Sorry, Mama's Family.
Still don't
And
know.
it's not a dude in drag. It's just a much younger woman.
Is this like on the
Playing
WB
it.
or something? Remember that?
What?
The WB network?
This might have been before.
It was this. You guys remember this lady?
Oh,
Yeah.
Carol Burnett?
That's Carol Burnett. That's not a dude.
Yeah.
It's Carol Burnett. What's that? Well, you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay,
Well,
so
I mean,
Just like I
clearing
love
it up that it's not a guy in drag helps.
funny.
Yeah.
it's, well, I thought it was. It's a book. I don't. Obviously, my memory has been altered.
A little bit.
But wouldn't it have been a better show if it was a dude in drag playing an old lady?
Well, nowadays it would be. Right?
I don't know.
Yeah. I think they would do it now.
I think nowadays it'd be less of a joke and more of like, I want to identify as an old woman.
Fair.
And I don't know why we can't do that. I want to identify as an 85-year-old man.
I want to identify as retired.
Yeah, right? How dare... Did you just assume my age? Did you just
Exactly.
assume my age? You don't get to decide how old I am.
Well, I'll say, in this nation, your ass is going to be working till you keel over.
That's pretty much what I plan on. Yeah.
What? I mean, we're due for universal income any day.
Any day now. Any day now, they're going to start paying our bills.
Oh, it's not going to pay your bills. You're still going to have to work.
They're just going to be like, give you money, and then if everybody gets the same amount of money, they might as well give you no money.
Yeah. Everyone's going to work. Everyone's going to be a Twitch streamer.
Okay.
And that's going to be the jobs. It's going to be the only jobs left. Twitch streaming.
I'm okay with that.
I think we're off to a good
I
start.
see videos on online of like, it was in either like China or Japan, and it was a bunch of these streamers set up underneath an overpass in a more affluent
water.
in a more affluent area, so they could like get better donations.
Yeah. Right.
And it's like all of these people just set up little ring lights and cameras underneath this overpass.
Yeah.
Doing the damn thing. It's like, I couldn't do that.
No, for real. They'll go into neighborhoods. They'll go into wealthier places to broadcast, to try and like reach the way the algorithm works. It's like trying to send out to people that are close to you, like physically. So maybe we should do this podcast.
We should do this
in a
remote.
different place. We
In
should
a
go to
more
nicer-
affluent area.
We should go to a nicer hood.
Well, we should just try to go somewhere where our target market might be hanging out. You know, like preschools.
What?
Oh, we cut that.
Yeah,
Cut that out.
That's gonna need to be cut.
That was funny.
That's gonna
We
get
just-
cut.
we
That's
just-
gonna
we
get
just
cut, or
bleep
you're
that.
gonna get cut.
Yeah. So, I feel like we would feel amiss if we didn't talk about it.
Or remiss.
Whatever. Yeah.
Your,
love correcting
your
my words, so
vernacular
I'm
was,
gonna
Sorry.
was a miss.
Again, it's the my bad. The highs.
Okay, I'm
you're
sorry.
My bad. I'm high. I got tongue tied. Side effects. Whoops.
You're referring to
The hat.
David Lynch, yes. Gifted to me by a good friend, Drew, who gave me this hat.
Oh,
But yeah, David Lynch passed away today.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Dang,
super
man.
sad about that. He was easily the number one, like artistic and like influence as far as I'm concerned. Like I don't have many heroes or people that I would feel affected by their passing, like other than people that are close to me. But like he's one of them for sure. Where it was just like, man, I feel like the world is just a little less cool. A little less cool now.
Well, here's the way I've always felt about death in these ways, right? The people that are close to me that I really admired and I really loved and I valued their character whenever they passed, I always thought, well, and for lack of a better phrase, like I'm absorbing their power.
Yeah.
Right? Highlander style.
Okay.
Right? Like I get
Their
the
energy's
best,
now
the
out there.
best thing about them that a lot of people would say is gone now is now my responsibility to try and embody and carry on, right? Like, and I know how to because they showed me how to.
Sure.
And oftentimes, you understand the true value of someone when they're gone. So I think it's just part of the human condition. So similarly, like with great musicians, I've always felt like, okay, well, hey, they're gone. I got to step up. I got to do a better job now,
Yeah.
right? And there's more. Their energy, they were magnets for energy. They had to have harbored so much. If there's a finite amount of energy in the universe, which we could say theoretically that there is, these people are absorbing a tremendous amount of it, right? They're able to make this huge impact because they have this huge amount of personal power. And now it's redistributed.
Yeah.
Take your share.
I would like to. I would like to just get a little piece of it if it's available. You know,
I think it is.
because that's good.
I mean, you're wearing the hat. You're on your way.
Yeah, and again, synchronicity of just events. You couldn't have known. I couldn't have known when I put this hat on today.
Yeah.
I mean, his health had been kind of like declining for some time. Had emphysema, you know, and he when he came out about having emphysema and talking about being on oxygen and stuff like that. I love how he was just like, yeah, it's because I was smoking, but I loved it. I loved smoking, and it was important to me, and this is the result of it, and I'm dealing with the repercussions. So I don't recommend it for anybody, but I don't regret it. You know,
that was his creative.
Yeah, and if you see him, was always smoking, and it just was part of his persona, is just having that kind of cigarette. So I don't know. I appreciated him as not only a director, but just overall as an artist, and just his ability to not give a shit about, like you said it best. There's not very many people nowadays that are, even maybe to the detriment of entertainment, are more than willing to do whatever they want to do to create and execute everything.
Yeah, I mean, he's a real one, you know. I can say that a lot of his art and his expression to me, it didn't resonate with me. And a lot of it did not resonate with me. But it's kind of like certain musicians that are really incredible, whose style of music I don't necessarily like love. I still admire the hell out of their artistry, right?
Yep.
And their ability to express in whatever medium, and the, you know, unapologetic.
Yeah.
This is the way I am. This is the way I do it. If you don't like it, I don't give a damn.
I think that resonates in everything that he did.
Well, I love that clip of him where I'm pretty sure. Well, the behind the scenes footage is very new, so I'm assuming it was the return
Correct.
that he was filming, and some producer or executive producer behind the thing is like, hey, like, we should look at maybe shortening this scene down a little bit. And the camera's in front of the person talking, so you don't see the person talking. You see someone standing behind him, he already knows what's about to happen. You see him immediately kind of start looking around. And fucking David Lynch takes his headphones off, and he's just like, who gives a fuck how long the scene is? Fuck's sake, man. Like, God. Like,
who invited this guy to our filmmaking party?
But it's like, hey, man, like I said, he's making it for him. He doesn't care who the exec is, who ponied up the cash. Mm-hmm. You signed me on to do this. You know what it is. This is me. Who gives a fuck that it's a 10-minute scene of a guy pushing a broom? Get the fuck out of here.
I would just love, though, to see that, like, you know, like somebody's first day working at like a Jersey Mike's, you know?
I'm an artist.
And they decided, like, you knew what this was when you signed me on. I don't make normal sandwiches.
But if he was a world-renowned avant-garde sandwich artist and they hired him on, then
Right,
yes.
but then how do you get there, right?
Exactly.
At what point does your artistry get to the point where you go, you know what, I don't give a damn what you think. You paid me already to do this. You know who I am. You know what this is. I don't give a shit what you think.
I think, though, that, like,
what a lovely position.
But what makes David Lynch so great is that there was never a point where it was just like he wasn't doing that. Like, he started off with Eraserhead and made a movie, and like it never had to. I don't know, even with Twin Peaks, where he was presented an opportunity on ABC to make something mainstream, it wasn't, you know. And as soon as they tried to influence him, he dipped. He was like, I'm out. Like, fuck you guys. So, I don't know. I appreciate that. And then as art goes, like, it is art in that even if you don't like it, it will elicit a reaction. Whether that is distaste or like disgust or
just feeling weird about yourself.
Yes,
just
all
feeling
of that.
Weird about like, what was that?
Yes.
Why did someone make
all of that? But you know, he has a lot of quotes that like resonate with me, which is like, life doesn't make sense, so why do people expect their art to? You know, like, and there's so many little things where he kind of just questions the norm that I appreciate. So, anyways, I'll stop talking about it. But yeah, I do think it's a loss for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, that is kind of like the pinnacle of art, is to go against the grain, right? Make people think differently about conventional perspective.
Well, and yeah, the way like we don't have many people who do that, right? You know, everything's been seemingly Disneyfied or marveled up to where it's regardless of who it is, it's very formulaic. Where with his stuff, the only thing consistent about it was it's
oddity.
Like you knew you were in for a trip.
Yeah.
But you knew it wasn't gonna be some cookie cutter bullshit. You were actually gonna be like, yeah, this could either make me feel happy or disgusted or win any emotion.
Or I just want this scene to end. Like,
Dude,
that happens too.
When I watched Blue Velvet, dude, again, like I bring this scene up to you. I'm like, when that guy is dead, he's been shot in the head, and he's standing upright, just like wobbling in this room. He's not hanging or anything. He's clearly been shot in the head. And he's just standing in the corner, like somehow is in some weird state. And then Kyle MacLachlan's character's doing his investigation and stuff. And then I think at some point he maybe says something or goes like, and it's just like, why? Why? No, Steven Spielberg's not putting that in his movie. James Cameron's not putting that in his movie.
Dude, one of my favorite parts in the newest Twin Peaks is Kyle MacLachlan's character, Mr. C, the evil version of him, for no reason whatsoever, asks this guy a question. The guy gives him an answer, and he just reaches up and like slow smushes his face. And it's just like, why is this even on the screen? But I don't know. I can appreciate that, but to kind of transition a little bit, I also can appreciate things that are like absolutely saccharine and made for consumption.
Of course. Well, I think you got to look, the mainstream McDonald's, Coca-Cola, formula of we just got to get the most mass appeal thing, and this is what the research shows, and this is, we polled these people into these test audiences, and this is what we think based off of all this metric and, analysis. Like, obviously, they know how to make money. They know how to pander to a wide audience of people. They've done the research and science of it. But that's not really art.
No.
That's kind of like, when we talk about music, like, if you don't have natural rhythm, you can still learn everything about playing guitar. If you don't have natural rhythm, you could absolutely learn the math of, okay, this is how you count it. You got to listen to the metronome. You got to do all these things, but you're going to be fighting this uphill battle the whole time. It's going to require you to do so much more like mental exercise constantly to do the thing. Whereas people that just feel it are like, just feel the thing. And so it's similar to like, you can master this through all the science and research, but to just make something and be creative in that space is going in the opposite direction. And then finding that in between where you got artists and creators like Taika Waititi, who's somebody that's a mold breaker in a lot of ways, but way more mainstreamable, right? Has been able to break the mold because of guys like David Lynch going, here's an extreme version of what you could do in the creative process. Now meld that with pandering to a wide audience, and now you've got Thor Ragnarok. And that's a game changer for all of Marvel. Jojo Rabbit.
Something adventure where his friend is imaginary Hitler, right?
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit.
So fucking funny.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen that.
It's brilliant.
I haven't seen that.
When he goes, what's the matter, Jojo? And the kid's like, oh, they're calling me weak and scared and that I'm going to get everybody killed. And he's like, don't listen to them. Everybody used to go, oh, this guy's crazy. He's going to get us all killed. It's like...
And that he puts himself as Hitler.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, like an indigenous person who's 100%, Kiwi. He's from New Zealand, 100% native. To be able to transition like into Hollywood superstardom, to be given creative liberty to make a show like a film like Jojo Rabbit, where like that's taking, have you seen it all the way through?
I haven't seen it all.
Fantastic film. I mean, it really is like you're getting the perspective of a child during Hitler Youth at the end of World War II, so inundated with the programming of media and everyone at your school and everyone that you're around, right? Like, intercepted. Yeah.
Just throw it across.
That would have been better. Dang it. Next time.
Give it back.
That was pretty good.
But you get to see the perspective from this kid that's like being forced into it. But he's like, okay, I'm ready to go to Hitler Youth School. It's this exciting thing. He wants to fit in.
Yeah.
But he's got a soft heart because he's a human being.
Right.
And so like the Nazi programming of like, hey, kill this rabbit, and he can't do it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do it. Like, oh, you're weak, right? Because you won't kill the rabbit. And again, it's just from a kid's perspective to be able to empathize with the enemy in that way and see the human element of it and how much, I'm sure, especially at the end of that war, how much regret emanated from those people while they're still having like, well, shit, are we the baddies? Are we the bad guys? Uh-oh.
Right.
I think we might be the bad guys.
Yeah.
Well, and there is that, there is a distinction.
Bogarted this.
That's okay. That's why I lit another one because I wanted to just let you do your.
You should, you know what?
You
should
also
put that,
have one
You should put
in
that.
your
Oh,
thing,
thank
too.
you. You should
Yeah.
put that into, like, you can pause it and be like, Bogart alert.
Yeah, how long is he
it's
gonna
a
talk?
Bogart. And then the timer starts. The Bogart timer starts. I think that's fun.
Okay.
I'm willing to do that.
Well, it'll have already
I'm willing
by the
to be the
time you
Bogart.
mention it now, it'll have already happened in the video.
That's so cool.
Yep. We're gonna go through a little
Magic.
bit of it. Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
After.
So Justin, we'll just let you have that one,
One's
and then
yours.
Justin,
Ah,
he'll
thank
like his. and
You
then-
get the one we've all smoked.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's fair. And then you guys just,
Yeah, I think it is.
yeah.
But no, Jojo Rabbit, great film. Taika Waititi, fantastic. His
I
ability.
loved Sam Rockwell in that.
Yeah.
That
no,
dude's
he's
a great actor.
But you haven't seen the film.
Not all of it, all the way through, bits and pieces.
Justin likes to consume media like he watches highlight reels, basically, of things, and then says he's watched it.
Well, and I'll watch like half the movie, and then again, like the queue is just so long of things I need to watch, and then I'll be like, yeah, I watched half of that. Get that out of there.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Because nothing ever happens in the second half of a movie, right? Like,
be like, bro, I'll watch a video of the last 15 minutes and be like, got it.
There you go.
Bang.
I mean, like, if you're going to watch half a movie, watch the back half.
I guess that's.
dude, I've only had to leave a theater a few times in my life.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you walk out?
Oh, and it was not because I wanted to walk out, but talk about a movie that you don't want to walk out on. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know if you guys remember that Tarantino movie.
I do like that film.
I love that film, but it is a bit of a slow burn. Not much happens, and then a lot happens in the last fucking 15 minutes. I mean, there's a lot of like kind of stuff that happens, but boy, the last 15 minutes is Tarantino crazy. And we had a babysitter, and we were running out of time, and we were in the theater, and it was just like, we have to go.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like until years later when I saw that movie at home that I was like, holy fuck! Like, I had no idea this shit went
She's
down.
on fire.
Oh, all of it, like the whole thing. Like I didn't see any of the invasion or like all of the shit that goes down.
Yeah, it gets. I mean, I love that romanticization of an alternate situation.
Yep.
Right, where they went to the wrong house.
Yep.
And now.
Now they encounter.
A stunt man who could beat up Bruce Lee and his highly trained killer dog, right?
Yeah. Picked the wrong house,
Yeah,
dude.
and he's on LSD, and he's just totally zen. Have you seen this?
No.
This is spoilers.
Yeah.
This is big time spoilers.
Yeah.
So.
It's a really good one. It's one of Brad Pitt's best scenes, at least. But like the character's a great character. So he's a retired stuntman who he's got a cloud over him in Hollywood because he was accused of murdering his wife.
Okay.
They never really go into it,
Cool.
but he was accused of murdering his wife, and that's this thing that everybody kind of treats him like shit a little bit. There's like this underspoken thing that's like he's kind of a bad guy, bad reputation, and he's just
So actually like Brad Pitt.
Well, and he's just chill as can be. Like he literally is like totally indifferent. Y'all can think whatever you're gonna think, and you get the impression that he really loved his wife because he sits at home by himself with his dog. And he literally just sits and has this routine. You can see the marks like where the dog food, where he feeds the dog in the exact same spot every day. You can see where he's been doing that for years and years and years.
So you think he like lost it and now he's just like
Somebody murdered his wife. He got accused of it.
Damn.
Had to deal with that, and then just kind of isolated, and became he's best friends with a Hollywood actor. He's his stunt double, and that's like his buddy, and he works. He does like personal errands for him. Cool. Right, but he lives in a trailer, and it's just on his own. And he's Brad Pitt. So like there's also these hints of there's this one girl that's part of the Manson family that she's like this really cute young girl, and every time he's like at a stop sign, she's like on the corner like with her friends, and they like make eye contact, and he's like, all right, okay, I see you,
Yeah.
right? And then when she actually do make contact, he's like, how old are you? Right? And she tries to say she's 18. He's like, I don't think you are, and he needs some ID. She won't give it to him. He's like, all right, well, hey, listen, like I don't mess around. I'm not messing with any jail bait. So then again, showing like character, like he could totally get this if he wanted it. It was also set in the like 70s,
Yeah.
right? So totally would have been fine. Like it wouldn't have been like, I can't believe you had sex with that 17-year-old girl. They're still writing hit songs about it, right? Like, you know? And so again, just to show the character of like somebody's like, man, I'm not even interested. You're beautiful, but I'm now at a point where I'm just gonna look out for you because I can see you walking around in the street. Cool. And he's just taking her home. That's how it gets him tied into like where you get the first glimpse of this cult and Charlie Manson cult because she's a part of it. And he gets an LSD joint from them.
And he's hesitant. He doesn't use it for a long time.
And so he doesn't have it. And so the last scene of the film is when he's like, they're back at the house. Everyone's drinking or drunk. The Leonardo DiCaprio's character's got a foreign wife. So she's in the bedroom trying to go to sleep. He's in the back pool. He's in the pool with a headset on, drinking beers in this floating chair, listening to music. And Brad Pitt goes, you know what? I think I'm going to smoke that LSD joint. And he goes for a walk with his big pit bull dog. It's like insanely trained, like perfectly trained. Would do anything for this guy. And then he smokes this LSD joint and comes back to the house. At the same time, the Manson killers were going to the girl next door. What was the actress's name? I can't remember. It's the one that was actually killed.
oh, Sharon Tate.
Yeah, and so it was played by Margot Robbie. She did an awesome job. And so she's pregnant, and she's the next door neighbor of Leonardo DiCaprio's character.
Okay.
And so the killers go to the wrong house. Is what ends up happening.
Okay.
So instead of going to Sharon Tate's house,
Yeah.
they go to Brad Pitt's house. But it's Leonardo DiCaprio's house. Brad Pitt is standing in the living room, tripping on LSD. And they come in, the two of them come in the front door, and one comes from the side, and they got guns and knives, and he's just like, oh, hey.
Hey,
Like,
bro.
whoa. And they're trying to act all crazy and intimidating and all this stuff. And he's just like, oh, shit, okay, damn. And then as soon as it's going to go down, he's like, and the dog goes, and like, it's immediate. And he's just like, he grabs a can of dog food and pelts one of them in the fucking head with it. Turns into, and then he's like brutal. He gets brutal with these people, and he's tripping just like, the whole time, like making a fun game.
Dude.
And just beating the shit out of them, and like, I mean, he's basically killing them. And his dog is going nuts on him, and it is insane. It is like 5 minutes of like, holy shit.
Yeah, and the rest of the movie's been pretty like, and not just tame by Tarantino standards. You know, I mean, it's still Tarantino, and there's lots of like
Character building.
Yeah, there's just a lot of shit happening.
So
but it's like
the real thing, I think, was it was a love letter to Sharon Tate.
Sharon.
Sharon Tate.
Yep.
Sharon Tate. It was a love letter to Sharon Tate from Hollywood to say, we loved you and you had so much potential and you were you were golden. You were so perfect. And to see what you would have done with the light that you cast and the little time you had to cast it was so incredible. And this was a love letter to say, we wish this would have been what happened. Like but the world would have been way better if this is what would have happened.
Yeah.
And we're gonna kind of get revenge by imagining that outcome.
Cool.
And wishing that the world was different.
I like that.
love it.
I like that.
But it's fun. It's a fun scene. I mean,
And I missed it.
all of that to get
Exactly.
to. Yeah.
That's
I
the
mean,
movie I missed. Yeah.
great film. You should go watch it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Even with
you're up to
with the
speed
spoiler now.
I mean, it's all good.
Yeah, the whole movie he's gonna be like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, trust me. If it seemed you
can
said it's
fast
a
forward.
slow burn, bro. I'll maybe play it at like 1.5.
Oh, you're that guy.
Let's
Yeah.
Did someone hand me this? I didn't like this.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, so
to
we're
go
passing
there.
it again.
Yeah, it's happening now. Who's winging it?
Okay.
Okay, so one of the subjects that we did want to discuss that I thought was intriguing
Yeah.
was cannibalism.
Should we?
Should we? Justin, what are your thoughts?
If this was some society of snow, like we get
Like Snowpiercer?
So that's like dystopian. I meant more like real, where that was the rugby team or
Alive.
football.
Well,
Yeah.
Alive was the first
crashing
one. Okay,
the-
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
Circumstantial. So you're saying circumstances.
Yeah, like would I eat you to stay alive? Yes. Am I talking just? It's a general thing. Hey, grandma dies.
What are we going to do?
We're gonna make.
How are we going to get rid of
jerky.
this body?
She always did love her pepper steak.
I mean,
Okay, so I have a it's a hypothetical question, but it's a real situation
Sure.
that I know of for sure. I know someone who's personally drank this. And I know that it's happened in other, like, the internet's talked about this a bit.
I'm afraid.
So it's somebody had to have an amputation,
okay.
right? So they were in a motorcycle accident, I think, and they lost like part of their foot.
Okay.
And so they had like their toe, like they had like a couple toes, was like they were that were lost.
Okay.
And they still had possession of. And so they put them in moonshine. And then they would take who wants a shot, like a toe shot.
Oh my god.
And so
I would drink a toe shot.
that's the question. Would you do
Yeah,
a toe? Would you do a toe shot? Just to say,
Well, I think you're probably, since it's in the alcohol, you're probably safe,
Yeah.
right, from anything that could happen. So I guess, I mean, here's my thing, man. Cannibalism, this is weird. As long as it's consensual, right?
See, okay, that's my
You
thought
know,
too.
I
It's like
guess-
it's instead of donating your body to science, you can donate your body to supper.
But again, man, there's
did you hand me this or did you hand me this?
I handed
Okay, good.
But that could work, like if
Yeah,
you,
but there's also like some diseases and stuff you got to take into consideration.
of course that would. But if you're donating your body to supper, then like it's upon death, like the good shit is removed. You know, it's like there's a butcher, there's somebody that like susses out what is worthwhile.
Well, there's another one and this is a real thing. This is Googleable. A guy lost his leg, and they cooked it. Like he and his friends decided, like, okay, like we're gonna eat you. And
Nothing
it wasn't
goes to
like
waste.
you can watch the video. They're not like crazy people. This isn't like Satanists or anything like that. They're just like they're like college buddies that are like, oh man, it'll be awesome. Is if we made tacos out of your leg. And then they did.
yeah.
And then they all ate it. They all ate it. They all
checks
their friend, and he ate himself too.
See that?
And so, like, would you? Is eating yourself better?
For some reason, that feels different to me. Like I wouldn't want to eat myself, but I will eat you.
I don't know, dude. I feel like I think I'd be delicious.
I'm sure
think
you
I
would. I
would
mean, that's
eat a lot
hence
of-
the reason why
I eat a lot
would
of
eat you.
sweets, so I think I would be, because they do
You
like
nice and marbleized.
yeah, they do like grass fed, beef, and it's all about
Yeah.
like what they eat. I eat a lot of sweet things,
Yeah.
so I bet I would be a very sweet meat.
Yeah. Nice and tender. Mm-hmm. Slow and low is how I'd cook you, bro.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, I'd prefer to be smoked.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
This is good content right here, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't say this is good content.
Yes, I can.
You don't say this is good content. You're ruining it.
But that's not what we put out. That's on the podcast version of this. Long form, everyone wants to hear
You can't
it.
say this is good content.
I just did.
That'd be like in the middle of like
David Lynch would say it's
Black
good
a
content.
Black Sabbath album, like Ozzy Osbourne, like this is a fucking badass album. You can't do
He
that.
might have done that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you
Isn't this the best album?
this is fucking awesome. Yep.
You check and see the time?
Okay.
We're timed?
Yeah.
We're going on time?
I love Ozzy Osbourne.
15, 20. if we wanted to, ultimately.
If we wanted.
But yeah,
So
yeah, I
cannibalism.
think that there's a disease thing that, oh, dude, I'll tell
You
you what,
worried
I'm
about-
out. There's not
Proper
an animal
preparation.
I wouldn't eat prior to eating a person. If ever an option.
Because of the diseases?
And man,
What
it's just-
diseases are you
If there was a
worried
deliciously prepared human thigh and then bunch of bugs, you would rather eat the bunch of bugs than a deliciously prepared thigh?
So you're saying deliciously, like you have a basis, like you know that it's going to be good.
I'm saying like Michelin's chef,
have you tried?
like like we get some guy
what
that
I'm
like
saying.
knows his shit to make you a
Then
delicious
I'd have
thigh.
him make the bugs.
Huh?
I would
Prepare me the bugs.
I would exhaust. Yeah, prepare the bugs. I
No,
would
but the
exhaust
choice
my
is this: bunch of smashed bugs that you like. You
They're
can do
just
whatever you want,
they're
but they're
not
just
delicious?
They're not. They're not prepared. They're just
a plate
grody.
of bugs.
You just said
So
I
he's
would rather
just
eat a bug
saying-
Yeah.
than you would than
So
a
just
gourmet
like-
thigh.
Just
You
like
would
raw cicadas. Just a bowl of raw cicadas.
Yeah.
still
you'd eat
writhing
that.
about.
I would exhaust
Over
all
a
options.
deliciously prepared human thigh. Yes.
I would exhaust my options before.
There are no
So,
options.
last resort. It's a last resort to survive.
Yeah.
And
Then the
that's
option-
it.
yeah, I'm
but would do it.
exhausting
But
my
would do
options.
it. But
It's
would
bugs.
do a toe shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So still a cannibal. You're
Still
not getting. You're not getting
I don't know if that. I mean, I get.
Do you think that there's the potential for getting like, you know,
anything? Yes.
well, no,
Whatever.
like the fever, like
Yes.
you know, like the now
Anything
you have
you're
an
about to say.
unquenchable desire
Oh,
to
there we
eat
go.
human flesh.
Yep. Okay, how
Do
about
you
this?
think that that
Yep.
could?
It's
Does that happen?
Sure.
Does it happen in the
I don't
times
know.
where? I know there's one guy that he had killed.
Any worst case scenario, yeah, I'm just going to assume that it's going to happen.
It was a situation, and I guess it's happened. It's like a phenomenon that happens when this happens, which is like otherwise good-natured people getting in a survival situation
Yeah.
where they realize we are going to have to eat one of us. Like that's the only thing we can do now. Then they draw straws or
Yeah.
whatever, decide who's going to fucking die. They kill that person. They now have food and like plenty. But then they still keep killing each other.
because anymore because they're ravenous.
Well, or because they snap and they go, are they going to kill me next? I got to kill them first, or who knows? I mean, it's not like it doesn't happen enough times. Like, oh yeah, we know exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen it 1,000 times. You know, like it's a rare occurrence, obviously, to document. But there was a guy I can't remember how long ago it was. It was 150 years ago. These guys were stranded on an island somewhere, and they were exploring party for for the crown, and they got stuck in a place where they were gonna fucking die. Did the exact thing, and there was like 10 of them. Only one guy survived because he kept killing the rest. Because he killed the rest of them. They killed one guy. They had plenty of food, and then within like a short amount of time, he killed the rest of them. He was the last one, and they're like, "Why?" And he like basically snapped.
Yeah, people are fucked up.
Well, yeah, and especially in an extreme, circumstance
Yeah.
like that.
So if given we're all stranded, bro, I'll tell you what. Here's my two options. Either we're all stranded, we crash. It's midday. We're all figuring out what we're gonna do. We go to sleep that night,
Yeah.
contemplating murder of each other.
Right.
Yeah, I'm either gonna like leave and go to the other end of the island, and then just completely stay away from you guys, or I'm just gonna be like, yeah, just kill me. I'll take the short straw.
I mean, you would
Get
be
me- get
like
me out- get
you
me
would
outta
make the
here.
best meal, right?
Why would you? Because he's a sweetheart.
Well, because he's just more meat. He's the biggest of all of us.
Well, and he's a
right?
cunt, so you wouldn't want
You want
that.
that? Don't even.
Bo is bitter. Bitter.
That's right. This is aged.
Age cunt.
Yeah, aged cunt meat.
Yeah,
Does not sound good.
Not good.
Exactly. So I feel
But
okay
yeah, like,
not being the one to eat.
If we're talking about eating each other, but again, I guess it depends geographic where we're at. But no.
Okay.
But it's like, man, are we just the worst at fishing? Like if Tom Hanks can figure it out in fucking Castaway, you like we can't figure out. We have to kill each other.
I don't
But if
know.
it's like alive, we're up in the mountains. Okay, man. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, there's nothing here but snow. We're fucked. Okay.
I still want to go back to the scenario of the bowl of bugs versus
Yeah,
the,
eat
the-
bugs. Like we established that. Where
I just don't get that choice.
I mean, well, the problem, and I think
because it's gonna affect my fucking soul, man.
and this is like, I think what he's trying to say is like, the thing is about eating a human thigh is that you have to murder someone. You know, someone has to have been murdered.
Not necessarily if it was donated. What if it's
So-
your last meal? You are about to be executed, and you are given the choice of like, look, here's your final meal. You can either go in with an empty stomach, or
Do you
you can
wanna-
have this gourmet thigh or a bag or a bowl of bugs. What
Would you want to tarnish your soul for eternity right before you walk through the fucking door of
yeah,
uncertainty?
dude,
Or would you like to have to eat a couple bugs?
Why would it tarnish your soul if it was a donated thigh?
It's a donated thigh!
bro, because we don't know, man. This is fucking beyond us, man. Why would I roll
It's
the
Drew's
dice?
thigh, and Drew was
mine.
like,
And
I
I-
give.
you
I
told
give
me.
I'm
this
definitely.
gift to
I
you.
get it.
have
It would
this.
definitely. I want you to. I'm gonna give.
I really want him to have this.
Yeah, he gives his body unto you.
It's a last
And this is a
meal.
cup of my blood.
What the hell?
Live forever.
I was sick of walking anyway.
Come on,
So-
pick the thigh.
No.
Fuck. What is the
So
pick
now-
the thigh?
What
So-
would you pick, Josh?
I mean, the bugs for sure.
Yeah,
Motherfucker.
I knew that.
So
Of course.
I knew that.
I hadn't considered
Well-
it until you asked.
now that we've discussed how fucking gross you are and
Yeah.
cannibalism,
Immoral.
MoGreenway.com. You know,
Speaking of immorality,
we've got
Speaking of,
best of industry voting going on.
Yeah.
And
all the way through the end of the month.
at the end of the month, Easy Mountain.
Up for a lot of awards, right?
done it again. We've been nominated yet again.
Best dispensary.
Best dispensary,
Yeah.
best brand design,
Yeah.
best community outreach,
Yep.
best loyalty rewards,
Yep.
best retail manager.
It's amazing. There's
I
really
think I got it.
quite a lot. I like the wide swath of things that we're nominated for.
Yeah.
So
No, it is.
We're getting a
seriously.
lot.
yeah.
It is a real honor.
I mean, frankly, for me, I mean, obviously, best dispensary would be cool.
Yeah.
Right. But I do really like the best community outreach because we
Yeah.
we raised, Easy Mountain raised a lot.
Well, that school days was awesome, and we delivered literal truckloads of school supplies. So
That's fun.
it was a solid effort and felt really good.
I always think I like the best feeling in the world when the drugs help the children. You know? And it's just so ironic because I spent all of my school being like, drugs are bad and marijuana will ruin your life.
Yeah.
And then we show up with all the books and
Dropped it all
pencils
on
and
'em.
book bags and literally like so much stuff donated from all of our awesome patients that feel the love and want to be a part of
Customers, patients, all of
you
it.
know,
Yeah.
what we want to do with the mountain.
And some of our vendors as well donated quite a bit.
Yeah.
So it was a true community effort that was statewide. So it wasn't
Yeah.
just people in Republic that made that difference. So anyways, I think that is certainly worthy, if not all of them, you know, but
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and we are making a huge impact in the local pizza industry. We are getting a lot of pizzas
This is true.
collectively, and I think probably dramatically increasing the number of pizzas
Yeah.
ordered and consumed.
Yeah, the pizza like graph of sales
If
in
you could see,
Republic, like
like-
whenever Easy Mountain opened,
Right. I mean, honestly, they did build a new Domino's
Mm-hmm.
after Easy Mountain was open. They're like, you know what? We're doing.
I was deeply confused about why pizzas, and then he was like, "Oh, 'cause like the munchies."
Oh, well, speaking of local partnerships, though, if we're going to talk about it, Campfire Barbecue.
Campfire.
Campfire.
Man, that's some
Campfire.
good-
Plug time.
Plug time. Look,
really
Campfire
gotta get-
fucking
yeah, yeah, yeah.
barbecue. The best
Put 'em
fucking
in.
barbecue around, period.
For
Jimmy is going to take
real.
care of
Chili?
you. And yes, we are going to be, spoiler alert, we're going to be partnering with Campfire Barbecue for the chili cook-off
Yep.
coming up in February, where Red Light Runner is going to be playing.
That's right.
So a full mountainous effort to get us out there, and
Easy
we're going to
Mountain is
win.
really casting a wider and wider net. You know, we want to affect more and more lives, schools, small businesses.
Yeah.
We're getting out there.
We want to be in your homes. We want to be at your family dinner.
Hey, friendly
showing up to
neighborhood
Thanksgiving.
Spider-Man.
It's a position that we're privileged to be in, really, because let's be honest, the weed kind of sells itself in some ways. So,
Don't
like,
say that. It's not.
I'm not saying, but you know, we get the opportunity to have something that people are going to come by, and so we can focus our some of our efforts to larger kind of scope things, and use the spirit of weed and the fact that it is something that people want.
The spirit of weed.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Easy Mountain does embody the spirit of weed.
Yeah, that's the
And,
beauty of it.
I mean, from the beginning, our aspiration has always been to have the highest quality cannabis, you know, because, to be honest, we wanted the best weed for ourselves, you know? I mean, I was like, imagine getting that, like, oh my God, finally, I have a license to order weed, like, from the source. I want to get the best stuff, dude. I don't want the Snickle Fritz.
Yep.
I've had the Snickle Fritz.
Yeah.
I've got the golden ticket.
Let's get
I
it.
want the best cannabis I can get, and so I think we've done a pretty good job of that. You know, we've got a wide variety, wide selection. We deal with the best brands in Missouri, brands that now have national notoriety. You know, so and those are like friends of ours, literally. And so it's awesome to have high quality, but to be able to deliver a great product to our entire neighborhood, really, is what it's about.
Absolutely. And have fun doing it. I think that people appreciate when they come in that we're having a good time. And so it doesn't feel so transactional. And hopefully we can continue that.
Yeah, we're gonna be, neighbors. That's what we want. That's what we want to be. We want to see the same faces. We want to say what's up. Like the parts of the cannabis culture that have always existed, that were the best parts of it. You know, like when you found a good weed dude
Yeah.
or lady.
It didn't make you hang out and listen to Rush all day, bro.
Or even if they did, but they were just cool, you know? Like,
Yeah.
if they were just, like, if you found somebody that was reliable and cool, like, actually your friend, that's kind of like the Pineapple Express story, really, is that veiled, let's make an extreme version of actually becoming friends with your pot dealer. That's a really great feeling. Somebody you feel comfortable with, that you trust. If you see out at the bar or at a concert or whatever, it's like totally cool. Or maybe you actually make plans. You go play frisbee golf and stuff. Those are fun relationships, man. And to a point, Easy Mountain does want to embody that. Like, we want to see the same faces. We want you to be as comfortable as possible when you walk into our space. We want you to feel at home. Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm just.
Are you gonna cry?
No, in my
I'm
mind,
moving
you're
to,
being so genuine and sweet, and all of what you're saying is true. I'm just finding that the fact that we preface this with, "So would you eat your fellow?" So we're eating a bunch of people. Come on in.
Not you. Totally not you.
Somebody else. Something bad's really got to happen, or maybe not. I don't know. We got this marinated thigh in the back. You want to?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about that.
I forgot we talked about that.
And with that, we can probably wrap this little episode up with a nice, tidy little bow.
Yeah, I'm out of water anyway.
A nice little tourniquet.
Easy Mountain.
Tied off.
All the things, the 5 things.
All 5
All of
things.
them. Vote.
Go out and vote.
Yeah, please.
Yes, please.
Please.
Yes.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
We won. We won one.
What did we win?
Ireland Strong, also Southwest
We got
Missouri's
best
brand
first
ambassador.
year.
or
Actually,
something
we did.
like that.
First year we did win that.
Say that again. Sorry. Uninterrupted, because we fucked up your audio. Say it again. Look at the camera.
representing Southwest Missouri for best brand ambassador, Ireland Strong.
Say it again without stumbling.
Oh, weeds. Best brand ambassador.
Man.
Best brand ambassador.
That is a tongue twister.
Ireland Strong.
Best. Let's all say it together.
Southwest Missouri representative.
Representative.
Best brand ambassador.
Best brand ambassador.
It is.
Best brand ambassador. It's a tongue
Best
twister.
brand
Let's all-
ambassador.
let's
Best
all
brand
say, let's all
ambassador.
say it at the same time in sequence.
Yep.
Ready?
Best brand ambassador.
And we'll say it together, and we'll do the whole thing. But then we'll say best brand ambassador together.
Yes.
And then you say the rest of it.
Okay.
Ready?
Best brand ambassador.
Ireland Strong, representing Southwest Missouri.
You should look at the camera, not us.
This is funny, dude.
It is. Okay.
Okay,
And
you
so
ready?
then what's another
Ready?
one? Okay, we'll do best brand ambassador again. Ready?
Yep.
Yep. Best brand ambassador.
Ireland Strong.
Okay.
We've done it. I don't. God, get me out of here.
That was good.